Hello, welcome back to the Autonomous Developer Sync. It has been a couple weeks since we've given updates, and there's been a lot happening. The primary theme, I think, around today's call is going to be the Stake Wars 2 restart. We're talking about that from all the different phases that Jim has already kind of lined out, and we'll go back over today. One other note I wanted to highlight is repos. So GitHub repos in the last week have changed a bit. So we have changed subspace to Autonomous. Everything should just automatically redirect there. But we have also obtained or kept subspace as a subspace foundation repo. So we'll be moving stuff that will be just specifically for the protocol into that repo. So if you notice things redirecting and such, that's what's going on. If you run into any issues, please let us know, probably in Discord. So with that, I'm going to hand off to Jim, give an ecosystem update.
Thanks, Jeremy. Hello, everyone. Okay, so as Jeremy mentioned, there's been steady progress towards the Stake Wars 2 restart. I don't want to steal Ning's thunder. I think he's going to talk on this, but the runtime upgrade to fix the slashing problem has been tested on DevNet. We communicated that last Friday. We've got a plan, I believe, to get that out onto production, onto testnet. And in ecosystem, we are working through the fairness phase, which we will provide an update on as well shortly in Discord. Other updates from the community: the Grafana dashboard from Zulkis has been updated. I know that a number of people have asked about the renaming of the metrics breaking dashboards. So yeah, the Zulkis one, the one that's actually on the Grafana website you can download, and the one that's featured in our docs has been updated. You can pick that up now. Ambassador applications are currently open until Friday the 2nd, so don't delay. If you want to join us and help us promote the projects on a deeper level, feel free to throw your hat in the ring and fill out the application form. Again, open till Friday the 2nd. The Kappa AI integration. So this is a channel in Discord where you can ask an AI that's been trained on a bunch of our docs the burning questions you may have. It actually gives really great answers. I'd say over 90% of the time, it's really good. That has been in trial, restricted just to verified farmers, but that is now open for everyone. So please do have a chat with it. It's a really great resource. And on that, actually, note we have updated email addresses. So not just repositories have moved over to Autonomous. The website has gone from autonomous.net to autonomous.xyz, or Z for our American friends. And you'll also notice that our emails are now at autonomous.xyz. Along with the academy. All those guys have shifted over. We'll be doing the docs soon, so keep an eye out for that. We are trying to, wherever we can, and we've been pretty successful so far, make sure that redirects on old addresses still work. So anywhere where we've mentioned a forum post or embedded a doc somewhere, they're still going to work. So just a heads up there. We have been featured on the Universal Substrate Faucet, so you can now claim Nova tokens, testnet, Gemini 3H testnet, Gemini 3H Nova testnet tokens. So if you want to have a play with our developer docs, there's now 3 ways you can grab tokens. We have a faucet in Discord, we have a website faucet, and we now are featured on the Universal Substrate Faucet, which is I believe it's funded by Polkadot. There's an announcement in Discord and on the forum if you want to read more on that. Safe has been deployed on testnet. We haven't had a play with it yet internally, but once we have, we'll be posting about that and ask for some help with community testing. If you like account abstraction and all that cool stuff that comes with Safe, please be prepared to have a play for us. We're grateful for any feedback. And yeah, just to round things out, we do have some upcoming exciting partnership announcements. Again, I don't want to don't want to spoil the surprise. So just keep an eye out on our regular socials, Discord, forum. I think we're going to be leaning more into using Medium as well going forward. So just keep an eye on the places you normally get your news. Yeah, and I think that's it at the moment. I think everyone really is just keen to get Stake Wars 2 back and up and underway. Jeremy, thank you.
I think we are keen to be doing that as well. So, and along those lines, Ning, where are we at with the protocol, the slashing fix?
Yeah, for the past few weeks, we have working on the fix for the thrashing issue that happened on Gemini CH, and we have finished the fix and tested on DevNest. We are managed to reproducing the exact same thrashing issue on the DevNest and apply the fix and continue to run the fix, continuing the testing, and the thrashing is not so up again. So we believe also hopefully the issues in the fix and the fix consists of both client upgrades and runtime upgrades. And we already made a new release 2 days for the client side upgrades. It's mostly just for the operators, for the domain nodes. And later in this week, we will also do the consensus runtime upgrades to fix the issue completely. Yeah.
So there's a release put out today. Operators need to upgrade to.
Yeah, I urge the community user, the operator node, to upgrade to the latest release, because otherwise, once we head to the concerned upgrades, operator that did not upgrade to the latest release may crash. Yeah.
All right. Related to slashing, Ved has been working on part of the fairness phase, as Jim would put it, and the reimbursement of slashed funds from Treasury. Ved, you want to give an update on that?
Yeah, we are currently collected a bunch of nominators whose account has been slashed because of the bug. We are still monitoring because the fix is not completely deployed onto the Gemini 3H yet. Once the runtime upgrade is done, then we will collect all the operators who are slashed due to this issue, and then we will reimburse them from the treasury.
Great. What do we have next? Mark. Mark, anybody who follows the Astral repo will see that it seems like there's 25 PRs a day in there. Maybe not quite that many, but there's a lot of activity happening in there. You want to kind of highlight some of that? I don't know if you were going to demo anything or just give an update.
Yeah, I'm realizing when I joined the meeting, it was like if I had joined Google for the first time, so I'm not sure I'm gonna have my computer permission set up. But yeah, a lot of change since the last 2 weeks for Astral. We added a switch in the staking interface to switch between archive data and live data, and as well another switch to filter your own. Okay, now I think you guys see my screen. Perfect. So we now have a filter to switch between archive data and live data. As we had discussed 2 weeks ago, the current squid or indexer is not super well suited for staking. So we have been working on a new staking squid, a new indexer that's custom built for staking. It's not yet integrated, so now you can switch between live data, so RPC, if you're querying the chain with the current state, to have the current total stake and everything. And you can filter your own position. There's also lists with your withdrawal that are awaiting to be unlocked, so you can unlock them, and your pending withdrawal that are still in that locking phase, that 1 day, 2 days period, where you need to wait before you're drawing your stake. And then all the operators. In this case, I filter with my current operator, so that those are operators that either I am the operator or I have nominated. And like I was saying, we're still working on a staking squid. That's and well, has been a lot of progress on that. And the next phase is to integrate that new squid to basically merge those two states, like archive data and current live data, to make it more user-friendly. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Great, Mark. It's been great work. I've been reviewing a lot of those PRs and testing and seeing the improvements. Looking forward to getting the new squid in there. Hopefully, I'll get your latest PR reviewed here right after the call. So
Yeah, I think at least right now it's usable. Like people can redraw easily and all. And the next phase is to make it much more user friendly by integrating the staking squid.
there's a lot more information that's going to be available too than I think we've had before. Is things
On
like
reward,
taxes collected. Yeah, so
yeah.
that'll be great for operators.
Stats as well, like over time, like staking amounts going up, and be able to parse that data much more easily. Yeah.
All right, moving on. It's been a while, it feels like, since we've had a Space Acres update, and I know there's been a steady stream of improvements happening there, many of them in the background, at least one in the foreground I noticed in the latest update, which was the well, I'll let Nazar, I guess, give the update.
Yeah, hey guys. There are a few smaller and bigger updates. From the bigger ones, we finally have macOS packaging, so you can download a macOS release and use it on Mac machine. It's just for Apple Silicon, which I think is fine. Intel Macs are increasingly out of date. The other frequently requested thing was to estimate rewards. There is now an indicator which tells you approximately very coarse-grained when can you expect the next reward to come. It's something like within the next hour or next week. Like, it doesn't give you exact time because it's probabilistic process on the network, but it will give you an idea how much to wait given the amount of space you have pledged and the network conditions. There are also some changes to the way we show how your farm is doing. Previously, we had two indicators. One was for the farming performance and one was for the proving performance. And those were like more low level. And there was also a request to show how many rewards you get on each farm. So now there is a combined indicator which shows you rewards, signed and total, so you can see like if you're signing successfully, and it also gives you like a 3-position scale how well your farm is doing. The actual performance per for auditing and approving will be shown only when you show details for each farm. There are also smaller improvements. For example, on configuration screen, there were checks and X's when you fill the fields. It was indicating whether they are filled correctly or not. Now they are actually colorful. So if it's a check, it will be red, green, or if it's an X, it will be red. So you have a better idea of like what's missing on the screen. There is also a help button which will lead you to our documentation. There is also a create wallet button, which will give you a link to a very specific page on documentation, how you can create a wallet with different providers. And also there are some less maybe noticeable issues. For example, if you change a path to the farm or node on your configuration screen and you don't have right permissions, that's like not a happy path. It will actually complain and show you that this is the wrong place to choose. So you can change it before actually hitting an error when you do start the farmer. And then you can also change the configuration if you did hit an error, like if you had a disk, for example, pulled out of your computer and farmer is not able to start. You will be able to change configuration, let's say remove that farm. And there are also some small optimizations for the UI updates. It wasn't using a lot of CPU as it was, but it will be using even less CPU now. It will only update parts of the screen that are actually changing. So small updates here and there, but together it's relatively substantial UX improvement, I think.
All right, that's great. I like the being able to view the expected reward. I'm expecting one this week, but I'm watching that pie chart get smaller. So hopefully, begin see that shift to days or hours, or maybe I'll get lucky and get it early. So great. Anything else anybody wants to add before we sign off for the next 2 weeks? All right. Well, we will see everyone back here in 2 weeks.